With the crypto markets having such a run lately, people are asking how much farther can this run up? And they're stuck in what I call a paradigm. It's a traditional standard paradigm. Now, I'm going to show you this. You probably already know this, but the definition of a paradigm is a typical example or pattern of something, a model. And we hear this term used a lot. You know, you're stuck in a paradigm or there's a paradigm shift. And that's where we're at right now. Now, if you think back to 1994, that's the year that Amazon was created. That's the year that eBay started. Internet sales were less than $1 billion. It wasn't until 1997 that internet sales eclipsed $1 billion. And how long did it take to go up significantly? It didn't take long. It exponentially moved up. And in 2024, the estimated internet sales, anyone want to guess? Anyone want to guess? $6.3 trillion. So do you think in 1994, when internet sales were a couple hundred million, maybe, or maybe a couple hundred, I don't know what it was, but do you think they were saying, we're stuck? They were stuck in a paradigm thinking that they had no idea it was going to go to $6.3 trillion from the absolute minimum where it was at. Now let's look at cryptocurrency, because I hear all the time, market capitalization, Joe. There's no way a coin can go, that 30-cent coin can go to $1 or $5 or $10 or $100 because the market cap would be way too big. And I think to myself, way too big for what? Is this 1994 and we're doing internet sales thinking that $1 billion is a lot when it goes to $6 trillion? So look at this. Okay, this is the market capitalization of crypto as of today, according to CoinGecko, is about $3.6 trillion. That sounds pretty big. I remember when it was a lot smaller. And you see XRP, by the way, running up to number 3, ousting Tether, Solana. It's looking at Ethereum, and we're going $400 billion. Is that possible for XRP to go that high? Yes. Let me show you some information that might change your mind on this thing, on this stuff. So I I talked to ChatGPT quite a bit. We're buddies. And I'm looking for the, let me show you this. I made a little graph. I should say ChatGPT and I made a little graph looking at the economies of the world. Now remember, $3.6 trillion in crypto. Everyone's saying that's amazing. That's incredible. That's a lot. Now, what's Apple worth? Anyone know what's Apple's market capitalization? Apple's market capitalization is about $3.5 trillion. So one company, Apple, granted a big, powerful, multinational company, has the same market capitalization of all the crypto. Well, people are going to say, well, it's a real company. They have goods and services. So does crypto, right? It has use cases, has blockchain, has technology that's cutting edge that will be around for a long time, and lots of uses for this technology. So as you can tell, I'm super bullish on crypto. I think it's here to stay. Obviously, they wouldn't call me Crypto Joe because I hated crypto. But let's look at this. Let's look at this little chart again that we had, because I'm going to show you something that's astounding, that far outweighs any of these companies that you're talking about. Apple, Nvidia, who cares? Right? Let's look at the world. Here's Apple, $3.59 trillion down here. You see that? 3.59 trillion. Gold, 17 trillion. So what is that? 4x, 4 times 4, little over 4x of Apple. Gold. Yeah, that's something you mine. It's physical. Why does gold have any value? Because we've assigned it a value. China just found $100 billion, gold mine. That's probably going to decrease the cost of the value of gold because they're still finding and mining this stuff, right? M1 and M2 money supply. If you don't know what M1 and M2 money supply is, do an economics lesson. But M1 is physical currency. M2 is like in banks. There's $100 trillion of that stuff. And that's not even all of the global money supply. Global stocks, $123 trillion. $123 trillion of value. Global bond market, $265 trillion. You're starting to get the picture. There's a lot of money out there. And where that money is going to depend on where you put it. Global real estate. This is the largest store of wealth is in real estate, $379 trillion. Now, if you take total money, investments, derivatives, currencies, everything, you have this astounding number, 3.3 quadrillion. That's a number we used to say in grade school jokingly, but it exists in real life. That's 16 places for numbers. I don't know what they call that. Put down in the comments below. What do they call that? 16 digits. Okay. I can't even say the number. It's so big. $3,300 trillion out there. Now, so that 3.3 or 3.6 market cap of crypto right now is looking very, very small, isn't it? So what's the potential? Now go back to the internet sales. No one saw in 1994, no one saw internet sales being as big as they are today. And internet sales grew at about an 8.7% clip last year, still growing. There's still growth in internet sales. That's interesting. Now, those transactions had to be done online, didn't they? Well, what did we use? We used credit cards, right? For the most part. What's the point of a bank? Bank's a pass-through for your money. Bank is a place you store money, or it's pass-through. You send money from your bank to another bank. You pay for stuff on credit card. You use the money from your bank to pay off your credit card. All of these things, you need an intermediary. Because your money, when you send money to someone else, whether it be from, I don't care how you send it, it typically goes through an intermediary like a bank or a credit card or something to take care of that transaction. And it takes a week for your bank to clear that transaction. It looks like it clears instantly because your bank's saying, yeah, we'll back this transaction, and there's a debit and a credit and all these things. But what if you didn't need that? And that's what crypto provides. You don't really need a bank. Now, to onboard money into crypto, right, currently you need a bank. I don't know how else to do it. But in the future, this is why banks don't like it. This is why governments didn't like it. Now they're embracing it. Why? Because it's the future. So let me go back to this paradigm shift. So the paradigm, again, remember this definition of a paradigm. A paradigm is a typical example or pattern of something, a model, right? And that's what we have. Our current currency, our current global economic system, there's a paradigm there. And every once in a while, you have a shift in a paradigm. So crypto is that shift. Now, it takes a long time, typically 15 years for a shift to happen on any kind of scale. Well, think about how long crypto has been around, about 15 years. And it's catching on now. That's not me. That's science and numbers and things like that. So that's where we're at. We're at a paradigm shift, and it's a slow adoption. Adoption rate, it's still early adoption. Think about it. I asked a recent group of people. There's 20 people, 20 adults in this room, and 3 of them owned crypto. Now, if I asked that same question 5 years ago, probably 1, that'd be me. But you see the adoption rate now, 3 out of 20. And this was a pretty well-to-do crowd that, that's not bad. But think about the global market as a whole. There's a lot of opportunity for crypto to be used for payments, to be used as blockchain to secure identities, to maybe purchase a home with a mortgage and it's backed by a blockchain of your information. Maybe that's where we keep our information. Maybe we're just scratching the surface of the uses of crypto today. But, I can tell you Bitcoin is seen as a store of value. Great, right? XRP, why is it running up right now? Let me tie this back in, make it a little timely. Why is it running up right now? Well, people are speculating that the US is going to be doing an XRP buyback, or they're going to use that as a means for currency transfer, or who knows? There's a lot of speculation out there. Ripple apparently is working on their stablecoin, RLUSD. I don't know if that's real or legit or not. I saw a couple articles. Not a lot of people are talking about it. Maybe it was a spoof article. I don't know. But the point is that the paradigms are shifting. And the people that say, the market cap, it's never going to go to $1 trillion or $5 trillion or $10 trillion. Look at the availability of opportunity right here. This $3,300 trillion in investments and derivatives, total money. There's a lot of opportunity in there to carve out a small piece. Could it go to 10 trillion? Sure. Why couldn't it? Could it go to 20 trillion? Maybe. How about $100 trillion of crypto market cap? It could. What if it replaced currencies? What if this M1 and M2 supply, this $100 trillion? What if stocks were cleared in crypto? 123 trillion. What if the bond market used crypto to clear through $265 trillion here? So my point is, think outside. Oh, I didn't even, darn it. I was showing this the whole time. You didn't get to see it, but I was pointing in this. And what if one of these things becomes true, or some of it, or part of it? So that 3.6 market cap, $3.6 trillion market cap that basically is Apple's market cap, one stock, the largest stock on the planet. I get it. But what if it went to different uses? Think outside the paradigm. I don't know what that is. I'm not smart enough to be the one to figure out the use, but I'll tell you what, I'm going to buy it in speculation. That's what I'm doing. This isn't financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. If you're not a subscriber, please like, subscribe, share. We talk about all kinds of cool stuff on here. XRP, the latest in crypto prices, why things are moving, speculation on stuff, all the fun stuff for your pure enjoyment and entertainment. If you made it this long and you're not a subscriber, please, by the love of God, just hit the subscribe button. If you didn't make a comment, write the comment down below so I know that you saw it. I would be very, very appreciative. And on that note, I'll see you next time.